Hello and welcome! It is Mark here with another video, and today we are talking about Apple's new announcement that happened a couple days ago about their three new phones, the XS, XS Max, and XR. So there's a few exciting things to talk about with these devices, these phones, but then there's also a few things that are just kind of like a systematic upgrade. Anyways, I'm gonna talk about it. I am very excited to talk about some of the new features, some of the new kind of things. It's an exciting time to be alive if you're a smartphone. So let's get some of the basics just out of the way. So the XS and the XS Max is kind of the upgrade or the new version of the old iPhone X. Dual cameras, glass back, full display, Face ID, all of that fun stuff. They now have the two sizes, extremely exciting. There's the 5.8 and the 6.5 inch display. By the way, 6.5 inches. I don't know if you know this, that's a huge display on a device that goes into your hands. It's pretty much the same footprint as the iPhone 8 Plus, just all screen, like all of it. There's like, just like, woo, screen. So it's the OLED panel, similar to the one that's on the iPhone X right now. The color accuracy, the true blacks, it's just impeccable. They call it the Super Retina. It's just an amazing, amazing display. So talking about the body and the kind of aesthetics of it, you've got the new gold color. I'm personally not a fan of that. I'm sure there's a huge market that would love that phone. I'm more of a space gray kind of guy myself, but the gold looks great. They kind of rethought the way that they assemble and machine the phone, so it's better water resistance and better dust protection. So I never had any issues with the iPhone X. That gives you a little bit of extra comfort now that you're spending $1,500 Canadian plus applicable taxes for a thing that makes phone calls and lets you go on Instagram. So what else is new with the XS and the XS Max? One of the coolest things, or one of the biggest features, is the A12 chip. Why is that interesting, you might ask? Sure, it makes your phone faster, sure it makes your apps open a little bit quicker and a little bit snappier, but what really makes it interesting is the way that it's going to be processing your images, your AI, your HDR, kind of interfacing with your camera. What's very important for a smartphone camera is the post-processing. You got a tiny little sensor in there. The brains behind it have to make up for that small sensor size. With that A12 chip, apparently, allegedly, I don't have it yet, but your low light photography is going to be absolutely stunning. You're going to be allowed to really get that full HDR experience. They're calling it Smart HDR. That really kind of combines the camera and the processing power to really give you that nice image. I mean, by no means is this camera not good, but they're just taking it to the whole new level. It's going to allow for better AI experience. There's a huge push for AI. It's just going to allow the phone and the camera to have that kind of brain power to kind of process and really kind of bring up the quality of the photos. One thing that's also really interesting with the A12 chip, or well, kind of camera and A12 chip, is you're gonna have a dynamic focal length adjustment. You know, in portrait mode when you have that bokeh effect, the blurry background, now you can actually change that f-stop. What does that mean? That means that you can change the amount of blur, and it works really well. So they've also increased the capacity of your storage on those phones. You can get up to a 512 gigabyte phone. I'm someone who uses a lot of iCloud, so 64 is just fine for me. But if you're one of those people that takes a ton of photos, ton of videos, stores everything locally on your phone, that 512, it might be right for you. I mean, that 512 actually has more storage than my computer, but that's a different discussion. Like I said earlier, those two phones are kind of like the upgrade of the iPhone X. So that's like the new iPhone X and then the iPhone X Plus, if you will. Awesome upgrades, very systematic. We kind of expected that from Apple. Well, all the leaks pointed towards that. But just in general, it's a fairly systematic approach. It just took something that's great and made it a little bit better. Oh, one thing I did forget to add, Face ID. It's gonna be faster and better than ever. I don't have a problem with Face ID. Sometimes it gives you a little bit of grief, but overall, I'm very happy with Face ID. The fact that they're gonna upgrade it, make it better, make it faster, I'm all for it. So the thing that I'm most excited about isn't the XS and SX Max. God, that's a tongue twister, is the XR. That phone itself is just gonna kind of change the way Apple is thinking about its phones, I think. The reason why, it kind of takes the iPhone X, takes all the things that are necessary from it, uses it, and then throws away everything that really doesn't make a difference. What I mean by that is it now has the A12 chip, which is an awesome chip. It's gonna help post-processing of everything very rapidly. Let that have that powerful brain, which is important. It took that dual camera, turned it into one camera, and working with the A12 chip, it's gonna be awesome. You don't need dual cameras. It's a smart camera. It adapts to situations. It's gonna be great. It also took away the OLED panel. Why is that important, and why do I care that they took away the OLED panel? Because in my opinion, the OLED panel that you have on your phone right now, does it need to be an OLED? No. What they actually replaced it with is something that they call the liquid retina display. What is that? It's an LCD panel. It's the biggest LCD on an iPhone. It's just a fantastic device. It's got awesome color accuracy. It's a good display. Personally, in my opinion, if I put this OLED display besides another smartphone that has the latest and greatest of LCD, I personally don't think that difference is anything to bicker about. It's 2018. That LCD panel is perfect for a phone. The XR is gonna come with a 6.1 display, just a little bit bigger than the iPhone X now. It goes from a 5.8 to a 6.1. It's gonna be a little bit bigger. You're gonna have 6 finishes with that. You're obviously gonna have the space gray, the white, or the silver, and then you're gonna have a whole bunch of different colors that are really gonna make that phone pop. It's gonna look good. And it also has a new and upgraded Face ID, which is awesome. So the reason I'm so excited about the XR, like I mentioned, rather than the XS and XS Max, the XS and the SX Max are kind of just a systematic upgrade to this thing here, but the XR kind of takes what's good, left what is all the extra, that premium, that luxury, that top of the line, and replaced it with something that is perfectly fine, great quality. I am very excited to get my XS Max. I want to see that huge display, 6.5 inches of just pure OLED deliciousness in the face. I'm excited to check it out. I'm excited to play with all of the phones, especially the XR when it comes out. If you like that video, please hit that like, share, and subscribe button down below. For additional brownie points, please follow me on all of my social media. Links can be found down in the description. But for now, thank you, and I will see you on the next one.